Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Nick from Rise of Sports, and I'm back with another video. Today I'm going to be doing a tier list video for the NFL. Y'all responded on my last tier list video and said you wanted me to do QBs, so I'm going to do QBs today. I'm also going to do defensive backs in the next tier list video, so stay tuned for that. But today is all about QBs, so let's get into it. So here we have all of the different tiers with all the different QBs. So my tiers basically have to do with, you have your elite QBs, you have your franchise QBs, which, you know, they might not be quite elite, but they're your QB for the next 10 to 15 years. Then you have your good QB. So this is like, maybe they're on the fringe between being your franchise guy, but not quite there yet. And then you have your average QBs that are kind of like just barely good enough to start. They're not backups, but they're just not good, but they're starters, basically, is what an average QB is. And then you have your backup QBs, and then here you have trash. I have a trash tier if they're absolutely terrible. Or you have your rookie QBs, which there are a couple on here. I will say already, I see some players that will not be on this tier list. Like I see some retired QBs, and then I also have Dwayne Haskins on here. Rest in peace to Dwayne Haskins. But so those guys I will not rank. But starting off, here's the elite QBs. Oh, wait, we're not doing it like that. But good thing the first QB is an elite QB, is Russell Wilson. So Russell Wilson is definitely, I think I'm going to have probably 5 or 6 guys in elite, just like I had it for wide receivers. But Russell Wilson is an elite QB. I think he'll have a great year this year in Denver. I think Denver has a really good chance to win that division this year. Mac Jones. This is a tough. I think Mac Jones might be one of the toughest ones to rank because, like, I keep wanting to say I want to see another year, but is it Belichick? Like, is Belichick helping him out? Because he's been good. Like, they've been like 9-7, you know, right around that 8-8, 9-7 range. I'm gonna put him in average. I don't think he's a backup. I think he can potentially be a franchise quarterback, but he's not even good yet. I think he can be good. I just don't think he is yet. So I'm going to put him in average for now. Ryan Tannehill, kind of the same deal. I want to put him in average, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he's good or not. Like, it's a tough one for me. Is he good? I don't know that he is good. I think he's had good players around him. I'm going to put him in average for now. He's definitely better than Mac Jones for 100%. I might move Tannehill up. He's one of those guys who could be moved up to good because he's been a franchise guy. You know what? Just because he's been a franchise quarterback for, you know, he was on the Dolphins for a while, and now he's on the Titans. I'm going to put him in good. I think he's good. Ben is retired, so I'm not going to be rating him. Baker, I think Baker is a good quarterback. I do. I've really not liked Baker in a lot of ways for a lot of reasons. But he is a good quarterback. I think he just needs to find the right team. And I don't think Cleveland was the right team. He had so many head coaches, so much drama. Maybe that was partially him. But I think under an offensive system in Carolina, I think he'll be able to flourish in that offense. So I think he is good. Aaron Rodgers, elite. There's not really anything else to say. He's won 4 MVPs, I believe. And he's just a really good quarterback. Jared Goff, he's average. He's not very good. I mean, he's #1 pick. He's average. That's kind of what I say. Kirk Cousins is good. He gets hated on a lot, but I think he is good. He's not like your franchise guy, and I don't think Baker is either. I mean, some people will say Baker is a franchise quarterback. I don't believe he is a franchise quarterback. But he is a very good quarterback that can be able to lead your team for. I just don't see him lasting 10 years on a team, and he's already been traded. And for me, a franchise guy kind of has to be somebody who a team gets and they just keep and forever until they retire. And I think Baker's already been traded. I don't think Carolina will be his last stop either. I just think he'll move around. Jimmy Garoppolo. This one's a tough one because he might get traded. I think Jimmy's good. He's been to a Super Bowl. So I think he's probably at the top of this list. You know, he's bounced around, sure, but he's led his team to the Super Bowl, whether you like it or not. So I think you have to put him in good. I wouldn't say he's a franchise guy either. Trey Lance is not a rookie, but he hasn't played a whole lot. So this is a tough one for me because he hasn't played a whole lot. I think he's average right now. I mean, I think he has potential, but he just hasn't played a whole lot yet. Matt Stafford is a franchise quarterback. I'm not going to say he's elite yet, but he's definitely at the top of your franchise quarterback. He's close to elite. Tua, I think he's just an average. I don't think he's a backup, but he's just average. Dak Prescott is good. I think he's kind of at the near end of good. I just don't think he's a franchise guy. I really don't. I'm going to put him actually here. I think he's better than these guys. I kind of don't like Dak. I kind of just don't love the way he plays, but I mean, I don't know why you would, take so long to nail the ball down, but that's just, anyway, I'm not going to go into that. Okay. Malik Willis is a rookie, so it's a first rookie. Kenny Pickett's also a rookie. I believe this is Sam Howell, and is this Matt Corral, or I might have gotten them mixed up. Either way, these two are both rookies. I can't remember by their faces, though. You have Desmond Ridder, I see here, is also a rookie. So Teddy Bridgewater is a backup quarterback. He had a terrible injury that kind of held him back, but I think he's just a backup. I don't think he can be a starter. Jalen Hurts is a good quarterback. I think he definitely has potential. I didn't really trust him coming out of college, but he's proven that he can be a good quarterback. I don't think he's your franchise guy necessarily, but I think Jalen Hurts is one of those that could be eventually a franchise guy. Then you have Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert is a franchise quarterback. He's very talented. Has a chance to be one of the elite quarterbacks, in my opinion. Trevor Lawrence is kind of a wait and see. I'm going to put him in average right now just because he has all the tools. He just hasn't proven it yet, so that's why average is there. Justin Fields, kind of the same thing. I just haven't seen it yet. I think he has a ton of potential also. I'm going to put him in front of Jared Goff. I think he's right there. And then you have Josh Allen is a elite quarterback. He's proven it. He started out not being that way, but he definitely has proven it. And then you have Kyler Murray. I think Kyler is a franchise quarterback. I do. I mean, he's proven so far that he, as small as he is, can throw the ball down the field. He's not just a runner. I think he's proven that. Then you have Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold's an interesting one. I think Sam Darnold's a backup. If you want to hate on me for that, go ahead. But I don't trust him. I think he's a backup quarterback, and I think that's all he will be. We'll see also this year in Carolina whether he can even win the job from Baker. But he just didn't play well last year, and he hasn't played well his entire career, really. So for me, that's where he stands. Matt Ryan, he's a franchise quarterback, but he's old. So, for me, it's hard because I almost want to put him in good just because now he's good. He used to be a franchise guy. He won an MVP, but now he's not. He's kind of down at the bottom for me of just getting older. Joe Burrow is a franchise guy. I think we've seen that. He's come back from a terrible injury and still been amazing, gotten his team to the Super Bowl. I think you have to put him there for that reason. You have Lamar, who I think is a good quarterback. I think he's at the top. I don't think he's this one's tough. People are going to hate me for this. Should I put Lamar in franchise? Yeah, I'll put him in franchise. I mean, I can't. He's won an MVP also, so I can't really not put him in franchise. But I just don't think. I think he's at the bottom tier of these guys. I think, is he better than Kyler? I think Joe Burrow is better than Kyler. I think Lamar is better than Kyler. So I'm going to put him right in there. I think that's a good spot. Deshaun Watson, interesting one because he's had off the field issues. He has the talent of a franchise quarterback, but because he's been off the field with stuff, I'm going to put him right in front of Ryan Tannehill. I think he has a talent to be a franchise guy, and I think he was before all this stuff happened. But after this, I can't put him in franchise guy because we don't know how much he's going to play. This might get moved up if his off the field stuff goes away or just becomes not an issue. Taylor Heineke, classic backup. Not going to go into that. I think he's more talented than Teddy Bridgewater or Sam Darnold, but he's a backup. Daniel Jones, he's a backup. Sorry. I know the Giants fans want him to be a starter, but he's not. He's a backup. Patrick Mahomes, best of the best. He's definitely the best quarterback in the league right now. I don't think there's any question on that. Oh, wait, here's Tom Brady. Tom Brady, also the franchise guy. right now, I would probably rate him. Man, it's really tough to rate these guys. I would rate him above Wilson. I would probably go, if I had to rank, I would probably do this right here. This is probably where I would go. As of right now, I would go Mahomes, Rodgers, Brady, Allen, Wilson. It's probably going to be my top 5, but we'll see. Jacoby Brissett, he is a backup as well. I mean, he just is not a starter. I think he's just kind of been a backup his whole career. Drew Lock is another one who's a backup. He just is. He's a backup. That's kind of all. That's kind of it for him. I just don't think, he's going to start on Seattle most likely, but he's not a starting quarterback. I don't think he's even average. I just think he's a backup quarterback who has played starter. Davis Mills is interesting just because he's so young. I'm going to put him kind of right at the top of backup. I'm going to put him right there in front of Jacoby Brissett. I think he's better than these two, but he just hasn't proven it. I think he can get up here, though. I think he can get above average, even to good, even. Cam Newton. Should I put Cam in trash? No, I'm not going to do that. Putting Cam in trash would be rude. I don't think any of these guys are trash. I don't think any of these guys on this list will be trash. Actually, there are some that I see that will be trash. Andy Dalton, he's a backup as well. I think he's the classic backup. Drew Lock and Cam Newton, I think, are down here. And Jacoby, I think Andy Dalton's better than Jacoby. I actually think he's better than Davis Mills as well. I'm going to put him right there. Dwayne Haskins, rest in peace to him. Geno Smith, he's trash. Mike Glennon is trash. Fitzpatrick retired. Mariota, I think, is an average quarterback. I think he can actually start and win you games. So I think he is average. Let's go. Mitch Trubisky, he's a backup. He's going to maybe start on the Steelers this year, but I think he's a backup, and I think Kenny Pickett should start over him. Again, I think he's better than these 4 right there. I think he's fit right there. Derek Carr, I think, is a franchise guy. I think he's better than Jimmy. I think he's better than Dak. That's where I have him right now. Let's see. Zach Wilson, I think he is an average quarterback. I think he has room to grow, though. I think he's not as good as Trevor Lawrence, but I think he has potential. Then we have Jameis, who is a pretty classic backup for me. I think he's better than a lot of these guys. I think he's probably the best backup in the league right now, even if he is starting. I think he's the best backup in the league. And then last but not least, you have Carson Wentz, which is really tough to rank. I think Carson Wentz is a good quarterback. I think he's had some issues just with having trouble figuring out how to play without turning the ball over a whole lot, but that's kind of it. So this is kind of my list. Would I change anything here? I think this is my list. Should I move Stafford to elite or Herbert to elite? I think one of these two should be moved up. I'm going to move Stafford up just because he won a Super Bowl, but this is kind of my list here. Should I move one up to franchise? Do I think Jimmy or Dak is a franchise guy? This is tough for me. I really don't know which one to move up. I'm going to move I think I'm going to move Dak up to franchise. I think he can be a franchise guy. I just don't. He's my lowest franchise guy. He is the bare bones, not really a franchise guy, but I'm going to put him here because I think he has some potential at least to be a franchise guy, even if the Cowboys don't keep him the whole time. They've been not even wanting to give him contracts, which is a little worrisome for me. But yeah, I would go Mahomes 1, Rodgers 2, Brady 3, Josh Allen 4. I think once Brady retires, Josh Allen will obviously be the 3rd best. And then I have Russell Wilson or Josh Allen 4, Wilson 5, Stafford 6, and then I probably would have Herbert 7, Burrow 8, Lamar Jackson 9, Kyler 10, Derek Carr 11, and Dak 12. I might move Derek Carr above Kyler, but I think I'm going to keep it like this for now just because I think Kyler has more potential and is more talented. And then, of course, you have a couple of trash quarterbacks, and then you have some rookies here. But I think this is a pretty good tier list. Let me know if you disagree in the comments. And, yeah, just let me know how you thought this went. If you want to, tell me that I'm wrong, please do so. I know what I'm getting myself into doing these kinds of videos. So I think this is a pretty good tier list. So I'm pretty happy with the results. And yeah, so if you have any other ideas, I'm going to do DBs next. So stay tuned for that. Yeah, so thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next Rise Up Sports.